Lucky Lucky Podcast. What's good with it? Monday, brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. That premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. And if you drink, by all means, make sure that you drink
responsibly.
You gotta drink responsibly.
We gotta remind people, Shaun. We gotta remind people SD2 mics.
Remind them of what is that?
Remind them of this. Because this has been dragged through the mud lately. Up and downs. The brand of recruitment is suffering right now, but this is still strong. We still strong. We holding on. Maybe not with Under Armour. See, we got to hide the X because we hoping to change that to a check mark that would change our future. See that smoke in the Chicago air? And that pollution y'all getting? All that haziness from them Canada fires. It's got some of y'all boys a little twisted. Lost in the fall.
You mean like the 5-star defensive end that's committing today that was deemed not good enough to be recruited by Notre Dame? Oh, let me stop.
Oh.
You mean that other kid? Let me stop. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely something in the air. Oh, for sure. So go ahead, love. Your thoughts, bro. Oh, YouTube, subscribe.
Yeah. We are suffering. Notre Dame, the brand, is suffering. The football recruitment is suffering from none other than this Gen Z Peyton Bowen disease. That's what it is. It's a Peyton Bowen disease. This thing where kids are so excited to lie, to deceive, to mislead, in the hopes of what? See, it's all comes down to attention. It's an attention thing. That's what it is. We do a great job at Notre Dame giving the right intention, the right way of doing things. Kids these days don't believe in the right way of doing things. We got to change the game here. This is not the one, not the two. This is the third time. I'm sorry, this is the fourth time. Peyton, Keon, Carnell, Justin Scott. What do you do with that? And what is it really about? There's many factors. There's many factors, but it's the misleading factor that comes from attention. Is Notre Dame not giving the right attention? We giving attention, but is it the right attention? Or is it the kids? Is it because it's about what the kids want. And when attention comes into the factor, when social media comes into the factor, it bleeds into the disease. It bleeds into the disease of why Notre Dame is just getting stopped at the door. It's crazy. It's crazy because you know what? We get all the good stories from the kids. Yeah, I love Notre Dame. Nothing else I need to see. Maybe there is something we need to keep back from kids there. Maybe we just need to hold something back. Because once they see everything, it just appears that they like, okay, I guess that's all I'm going to get. Maybe we lay it out too good. Maybe the ceiling is too low for some of these kids when they look at Notre Dame because we just spell it out too great. Maybe we don't have the right pieces in the right places, but none other than that. The attention thing is what gets me. What's the point? But I do think that it does show us, once again, the things that are important to some of these kids are the areas in which we still have yet to be proven in, but also things that we are unwilling to do. Carnell told us maybe it's a Chicago thing. I want a guy that's going to get me to the league. And I can know he's going to get me to the league because of what he's done in the past, how who he is as a coach, what he produces on the field, what he produces in the NFL. That's a slam dunk. I think at the end of the day, for some of these kids, that's all that matters. So if I'm Marcus Freeman, it's like, okay, no matter how good I recruit you, you want to guarantee that the position coach that you have is going to get you there. That's what I think at the end of the day. Because after this, reason why, I mean, it's easy to think. We don't have a Larry Johnson. That's not our fault. But that's a huge key. NIL okay, academics okay, schedule, uniform, whatever. But that key component is where I guess, because that wasn't Keon's situation necessarily. But look at our track record on recruiting in that position, in that area. It just hasn't been as strong. Notre Dame, the brand is going to get you in the door, apparently. So apparently Notre Dame and what Marcus Freeman is doing is going to get you a seat at the table, which is cool. But Notre Dame getting a seat at the table, we got to find our edge. We got to find what is going to separate us when all the cards are laid out on the table, because our hand always loses to the last round. It's like we killing it Uno. Boom. Got the red, and I change it to blue. I hit the reverse. I go again. Hit the reverse. I go again. Then I get a wild. Boom. I'm about to get down to 2. I got 2 cards left. 2 cards left at Uno. I'm about to say Uno out. And then guess what? How they come with that wild draw 4. The wild draw 4. I go from 2 to 6. And then you know what they do? They change the color. I got all yellows. They go green. And now I'm back to square one in the middle of the pack. What is Notre Dame's wild card draw 4 going to be when it's getting down to the Uno? When it's getting down to the Uno, when we done beat everybody at the table, is me, Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State, is only 4 cards in rotation. What is going to be our draw 4 on the table? That's what I want to know. Because right now we're drawing 4 and thinking we about to get out, thinking we about to strike out. That's hard. I don't think necessarily it's Al Washington's position, but Al Washington is not Larry Johnson. That's a fact. He's not. Al Washington's a great coach. Larry Johnson got a better resume. We talk about Michigan. Mike Elston is a great recruiter. I think Al Washington can recruit pretty well. But Elston got that resume. He can roll out to it. He can roll out Aiden Hutchinson. He can roll out anybody he wants. That's what he's done. Lou Nix, Sheldon Day, Isaac Rochelle, name one. So the resume is what's standing out to some of these kids. If I'm Carnell, it's hard, man. I love Notre Dame, but you got Ohio State and what they're doing in that receiver department from production, and then you compare production, you like, oh my goodness. We look like a conference USA team in comparison to production out of rooms. They like, man, yes, it's everything and more, but if I go there, what? Nobody's coming out alive. Who's coming out alive? who is going to come out alive of these rooms? We need Tobias to be that Randy Moss. We need Jason Onye to be a Chase Young. Validate the squad. Somebody's got to be like, oh yeah, I'm the number one in this group because of where I'm at. Who's coaching me? Where I'm the 5-star right now on the team. There's not a vision past what the recruitment is for some of these kids at Notre Dame. They see and they eat up the recruitment part. But once they go home and they get to sit in their room, they like, man, that recruitment is great, but the end vision, I don't see too many guys getting to the end of the road. I see guys going into politics, guys going into acting, dudes doing CEO financing, and guys doing media, all type of stuff. But where are the bona fide just first round picks hanging out at the rookie premiere or something? Where the who's winning the Rookie of the Year award? At receiver that just got there from Ohio State or from Clemson, or who just signed that big contract for $100 million in the NFL because he came from Clemson or something. That's the news. Notre Dame can put you on the news. You can get the initial attention on the news. But what's the vision after? You don't hear about none of these dudes after. The last dude that you heard from Notre Dame that was still making waves and relevant in the football world was Jerome Bettis. Damn near. We still talk. He had created a whole life after it. How many football lives were created after Notre Dame, the brand, that guys can look back and be like, man, that's relevant today. Relevant today. So I do believe that having a recruitment is a start, but we have to get a vision of what it actualizes after the recruitment, after we get them in the building. Because right now, kids are like, yeah, I'm buying it. I'm buying into it. Yeah, that makes sense. Notre Dame 4 for 40, but 40 years from now, we might have to mix that message up. Just say 40 years of greatness for 4 years. How about that? 40 years packed into 4. That's what I want to tell them. Don't say 4 for 40. Because now people are like, I don't want to be old. I want to have the money now. I want to get to the league right now. I'm trying to have that experience right now. Don't send me off in the distance for 40 years. Don't send me off. So the new message is not 4 for 40. It's 40 years packed into 4. That's what we saying. 40 years of resources, 40 years of experience, 40 years of everything that we know packed into 4 years. We're not doing a 4 for 40 because that kids is like, I can't even think that far. I can't even think what 40 years look like for me right now. Stop telling me that. Tell me, hey, if all the 40 years of research and collection and all the money and networking we got, for those 4 years, you're going to be like, man, I've been here for 40. That's what you want to promote. That's the message. Marcus Freeman going there like, man, you're going to be here for the 3 to 4 years and going to be feeling like you was here for 40. You're going to know so much. You're going to be so much better. We're going to get you to that next level. And then you're going to be able to take care of yourself after you come from there. Because we're going to get you there. We don't want to say, come to paradise and then let your wildest dreams take over. What is that? Just come on to Notre Dame and anything can happen. I don't want that. Anything can happen. That's why you got a lot of people not making it. You got a lot of people going off on the different things. When Harry Heastan recruits, what he say? Listen, you can go see the campus. I'm going to be right here watching this film. You can go tour around all the buildings. You can go talk to all the academics and do all the prep. But I'm a football coach. And we snagged one. Charles Jackson said, okay, let me just sit in there for 3 hours. I don't need to see anything else. Because he's going to get me there. Yeah, I love the school after. But I got 40 years of what Harry Heastan has done in 3 hours with me. I believe him. Harry Easton preaches like that. How else do you get all these linemen that are Hall of Fame and making $100 million? Harry Easton said, look, they tell you 4 for 40, but in this film room, I'm showing you 40 for 4. That's why you're going to be so good. I'm showing you 40 years of experience in this film room for 3 hours, Charles Jagasaw. And by the time you leave this room, you're going to be like, okay, I believe I'm going to the league. I need to come here. Easy recruitment. Don't tell me when I'm sitting in there talking to you and you telling me how, you building the program, but for 40 years later, what are you talking about? You're talking about my parents' retirement fund? 40 years is not good for me, and I'm an 18-year-old trying to win right now. That's why Charles Jagasaw said, man, I don't need all that extra stuff. I don't need to ride in the Bentley around campus. Why? I want to buy one. He stands like, look, I can show you how to buy one. You block this dude like this. You listen to me, I do this because that's 40 years I got for you. And then when I'm going to sprinkle for that 40, I'm going to bring back a Zach Martin to just come chill. I'm going to bring back a Ronnie and a Mike McGlinchey and a Q Nelson to come holler at y'all boys when they, coming from they other experiences to come back to the source. I'm the source. Now you're walking in there and you see Q Nelson sitting right next to you getting cussed out. He ain't even on the team, and he's saying just you got to do this. That's a wealth of experience. That's a wealth of knowledge if you're able to capture 40 years and convince a kid that you can pour into them that much that they can get to the next level. That's the difference. That's the 4 for 40 we need to reverse. Either you're on mute.
You done, bro?
I'm serious, man. I think I'm done.
Hey, I gave you the intro. I'll let you have it. I just want to make sure you were done.
Yeah, man. Because it's just like, we can't keep losing like this. It's one thing to lose where the kid put the hat on and then throw the hat. And we were like, oh, he got us, but we was close. These kids getting disrespectful. They're literally calling me like fake signing on the line and then throw the paper away or something like this is crazy. Or move all their stuff to school and then be like, Coach, my bad, bro. I messed up. I'm about to go. Like, what is this?
Lucky Lefty Podcast. I want to preface what I'm about to say, and I want to say if you are a Notre Dame apologist, which this world is full of, you need to leave the podcast right now. I'm giving you 15 seconds to leave the podcast. If you are a Notre Dame apologist that believes Notre Dame does nothing wrong, Notre Dame has no flaws, Notre Dame doesn't have to beg for athletes, Notre Dame only loses athletes because of NIL, whatever excuse you want to make, Justin Scott went to Ohio State because of NIL, whatever excuse you want to make that puts you in the category of a Notre Dame apologist, leave the podcast right now because you ain't about to like what I'm about to say. You are not about to like what Shaun Davis is about to say. I saw all that. Right. I don't give a darn. All respect to Tim Priester. Ohio State NIL got nothing to do with Notre Dame sucking at recruiting when That's it came to Justin Scott.
That's right.
Brian Driscoll put it on the message board. But when the time comes, he will reveal an event that took place that I am aware of that is so egregious in recruiting. So egregious that a beginner coach wouldn't make this mistake.
Not the inside info, Shaun. Not the inside info, man.
So we're going to keep it funky, Left. We're going to keep it funky. When I went to talk to Justin Scott in December, Notre Dame was nowhere in sight, Left. Nowhere. We're going to keep it funky today. We got the intel, the Irish breakdown. We put it on the message board. Days later, Notre Dame and the staff showed up in Justin Scott's high school. Off our intel.
No, they didn't.
I'm keeping it funky today. All the way funky.
We're recruiting for kids. We got to tell
me Notre Dame was doing a great job. Notre Dame was nowhere in sight when it comes to Justin Scott. Nowhere.
What are they doing?
The only reason they jumped to the top is because of Marcus Freeman and Chad Bolton. That's it. That's it. So those of you that want to jump on Marcus Freeman, the only reason they got in the door is because of Marcus Freeman.
But you late.
Period. Period. The problem with Notre Dame is they are the people that walk by the people that need help in the world every day. You say, what do you mean by that, Shaun? You know, you walk downtown Chicago, you might see somebody on the corner that's less fortunate left, holding a bucket. You see someone less fortunate in another area, and you walk by them, and you want to offer them not what they need. You won't offer them what they need. They'll sit there and tell you, I'm hungry. They'll sit there and tell you, I need shelter. They'll sit there and tell you what they need, what their needs are, what they're looking for. And you present to them what you want to present to them. Even Jesus fed people before he ministered. Even Jesus dealt with the need first. So yes, Left, when you talk about what's the pitch? The pitch is our degree. Our degree. Our degree is second to none. 4 to 40. Our degree. That's what you lead with.
That's what you lead with?
You have that's no game.
No game.
When you lead with that in recruiting, you have no game. None. None. None.
You lost, right?
We'll keep it funky.
You lost right before you started.
Thinking not strange that the intel from my conversation, along with Brian Driscoll on the message board, shows up 3 days later. All of a sudden, Notre Dame pops up at St. Ignatius.
Pops up talking academics. Pops up talking degrees.
Now they want to make a full court press. I wasn't playing last Monday when I said the math wasn't mathing. I wasn't playing when I said everybody in the building wasn't on the same wavelength with Justin Scott. I'm not biting my words. The two dudes that wanted him made the difference. Marcus Freeman and Chad Bolton made the difference. But what else you got? What else you got? Let's keep it funky. NIL. What did I tell you a month ago, Left? Did I not tell you he was interested in who he's going to be playing next to in the defensive class?
Very.
Did I not tell you he was paying attention to the defensive classes that were being mounted? Who was he playing next to in Notre Dame's defensive class? Who? Who should he get super excited about that he's playing next to?
That's what I was saying. Who in the room is he looking at? He looking at the room like, I don't want to be the best player and I can just get there. What do you mean? Nobody wants to be the best player just getting there. Unless you're just, I mean, there's one thing like Jalen Smith's, you know, because he's a freaking name. But even with that, it's like, dang, can I at least get another Fauci in the tank that I can follow up with? Where's my Fauci at? I'm following Jordan Botello, and Jordan Botello following who? He ain't even got on the field yet. Riley Mills, Justin Scott talking to Marcus Freeman like Riley Mills.
And see, I see people. I see you can go do the research because it's on the message board, right? Brian Driscoll on the message board clearly stated, if Notre Dame turns up the heat, they have a great chance at this point in time to make an impression on Justin Scott. That's what he posted on the message board. What happened 3 days later?
A response. A response happened 3 days later.
Hey man, you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me. The proof is there. Still on the message board. Go check the dates. You say delusional all you want to. Go check the dates. Super facts.
Showed up 3 days later.
So what happens? Last Sunday, left. Did I not tell you what his decision was last Sunday? Did I not text you what his decision was?
Yeah. That's why I was like, oh, this is the Peyton Bowen disease of attention.
Now, of course, we knew what his decision was last Sunday, but we weren't about to preempt the young man and come on the show Monday and not give him the opportunity to do what he needed to do. He said he's going to talk to his coaches and talk with his family and talk it over. We gave him that opportunity. He said it was going to be mid-July, probably. He decided to do it yesterday. It is what it is. But this delusion and these excuses that Notre Dame fans want to make all the time, as if Notre Dame can't do anything wrong, and anytime a kid chooses any other school for Notre Dame, it's money. Heaven forbid Notre Dame just can't be doing a good job at recruiting or getting out recruited.
All the way facts.
Oh, the family, dude, you need to do your research on Justin Scott's parents. That's what you need to do. They must be all about the money.
That's crazy. The effort isn't there. That's what makes
it's hilarious to the point where this fan base will give itself excuses. Here, I'm gonna give myself the excuse. So when it happens, I won't have to look at the truth of the matter of what's going on with my program.
Well, you know how that's how we do though. That's how we do. Look at how we do the coaches.
Dude,
Talking about, I don't know why somebody just don't want to come all of a sudden. What do you mean?
So Ryan Day does what every coach should do. I would negative recruit the heck out of Notre Dame right now if I was a college recruiter. It's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy.
Too easy.
It's low-hanging fruit. Especially with big-time recruits. It's low-hanging fruit.
That's easy.
Well, man, here's a question. What was the last first-round defensive lineman? That's the first thing I would ask Justin Scott.
Easily.
What's the last first-round defensive lineman?
Easy.
What's the last time that defense had was in the top 10?
Award winners. When's the last time we had an award winner? When the last time we had a first round?
But you mad at the kids? You mad at the kids? Then somebody, he lied to the recruits. Who?
Ooh.
Who?
Ooh.
The same thing he told me last Sunday is the same thing he told Notre Dame recruits last weekend. The Notre Dame coaching staff was aware that he was going to Michigan last Sunday. They knew it. They had been told. This is no surprise. Notre Dame has been knowing for over a week that they weren't the choice. What are we talking about? They knew it. That's why that focus went to long term, we're going to recruit him into National Signing Day. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
I'm saying, if you're a Notre Dame apologist, you need to leave the show, bro. This ain't the show for you. It's not the show for you. It's not. It's not. Now,
and we also lost Isaiah Cannon.
Oh, don't even talk about that. Hold up, dude. That I can't even. The reasoning behind that is so crazy, Left. It's like something I've heard before, but
it sounds crazy the way he write that crazy letter. Talking about.
I'm not letting this pass, bro. You can say what you want to say, and they can long-term recruit him to National Signing Day. But anybody that wants to tell you that Notre Dame was all over Justin Scott is lying to you. They're lying.
Lying to you.
They're flat out lying to you. Left, you got Miami basically doing a public circus.
Yeah.
For this kid. You got Mike Elston in Michigan
rolling it out.
The entire staff. You got Ryan Day literally showed up a week before his birthday at the basketball game like, hey man, yo. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to do that.
And these are the reasons why. You know who the most pivotal people in this process were behind the scenes? His coaches, his high school coaches.
Oh yeah, easily. And you know they're gonna be like,
see, this was actually a recruitment done the right way.
Talk to the coaches.
Gather information. Take your time. Come back. Talk to your mom and dad. You guys come talk to us. We'll see what you're thinking. Talk to us again. You sure? Decision is made. That's how recruiting is supposed to work. Now, see, last year when it was Keon's uncle, everybody's, oh, it's dirty. It's dirty. NIL. Oh my God. It's horrible. Now you got a kid that just flat out does it the way it's supposed to and comes up with a different answer. And it's the kid's fault. It's the kid's fault. It's not Notre Dame's fault. It's not Notre Dame's fault. It's the kid's fault. What are we talking about?
Shame.
Kid changed his mind. He was open, said, look, Larry Johnson was the main reason. As I went throughout the week, the things that Larry Johnson said to me kept coming back up. And I went back to my coaches and I talked to them and I said, man, I might need to rethink this. Notre Dame fans might feel bad, Left. I feel worse for Mike Elston because he actually got a call that the young man was coming. I feel Michigan has to feel awful.
Yeah.
Notre Dame knew last week they weren't the choice. They knew. They had moved on. They had started planning for the future. We're going to recruit them to National Signing Day. Michigan actually got a call. Like, yo, and then had to get the other call. Like, wow.
And I thought it was him. I thought it was him. I thought it was the trickery, but it really comes back to the nature of what we've been doing. We
It
set it
is,
up as a facade. Oh,
man. Yo,
optically, pot of gold. Oh, this is the Notre Dame. Da 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 da. Optically,
first of all, he didn't even get the pot of gold. That's number one.
he didn't even get the pot of gold.
No,
Oh,
no, no. As the number one defensive tackle and the number 5 player in the nation at that point in time, he didn't get the pot of gold.
oh my goodness.
He was still, I guess, he was still being evaluated.
That's crazy.
That's tough, man. And this is the funny thing. Justin Scott never lied to me. Justin Scott never told me I'm going to Notre Dame other than when he changed his commitment date and said I was going to choose Notre Dame. That's it. He never lied to me. No, one time. I said his recruitment, and I stand by it, has been one of the most refreshing recruitments. See, it's a difference between somebody telling you something and you not liking what you hear. Right? So I can say, well, this is what Larry Johnson laid out. Well, Notre Dame said something similar. Okay. He probably said it better, or he presented it better,
Yeah.
or it was backed up by other stuff better. Let me ask you a question, Left. Who's the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame?
I'll go.
How many times did he go see Justin Scott? Take a guess.
Probably once, maybe. Talk to him on the phone more than he visited him. I know that. Yeah, I believe that. But Al Golden's an NFL dude. Like being around Matt LaFleur, he was the same way, man. He couldn't stand recruiting. So I it's unfortunate your D coordinator doesn't like doing it. But somebody got to do it. I mean, golly. So I'm not surprised. I gave him too much credit saying one. I'm not surprised he didn't even go. He probably just, even when he came up to the camp, he probably just saw him as a passerby.
Even if you are a Notre Dame apologist, bro, the DC,
yeah, like no interest, none. Well, he trying to coach football.
You gonna cover up for that?
That's
we're covering up for that. I feel like Della Reese and Harlem Nights. If y'all gonna cover up for that, we all gonna be some fighting. Bring it. Come on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? When they made the move in December, Tommy Reese was the second point man. Think about that, Left.
Yeah. What are you talking? You put Tommy on the case.
The offensive coordinator. It was Marcus, Chad, Tommy.
That's not organized.
They got things to the point they got to.
Not his position coach. Not his position coach or the guy calling the plays.
No.
It was the other side of the ball. A guy in the office and the head coach. Zero influence on Justin Scott. Justin Scott said, y'all just sending suits down here, man. Y'all just sending the office down here. Y'all ain't even sending me not my own position coach. Not the guy that's gonna be saying, all right, Justin Scott, I need you to play this 3-4 technique. And not the guy calling the plays. You sending office runners and a dude on the other side of the ball that you his second or third stop because he's got to recruit the offensive guys first.
Hey man, look.
Oh my goodness.
I told you, man.
He said you sitting, and then you talk to me about academics. What do you mean? I'm the number one player. You talk about academics to the number 86 D lineman because you're gonna be here for a while. You do that to the 46th in the nation. I'm 5th in the nation. You know my trajectory. It's not 4 for 40. It's 4 million in 4 years because I'm about to go to the league. Come on, man. I'm not about to make it long enough to get a degree. So that's what you leading with? And then you send a guy that talking offense to me. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I know how to block, but I'm a defensive guy. Marcus Freeman just cool. That's my dog.
And see, this is where, you have to clearly, people get emotional, right? So I said what I said, but facts that are still, the evidence is still on the message board. Go check the dates.
Check the dates.
Go check the dates. So you're saying that no, I'm not saying nothing. Go check the dates. All I'm saying is the energy they moved with after the Irish breakdown intel was totally different than the energy they were moving with before when they came to recruiting Justin Scott. Period.
And Ohio State got great negative recruiting because they have our coaches that's been there. What do you think? Alfred's like slam dunk, send them to me. Alfred like send them to me. I can just tell you what it is and what it ain't. Because it's still the same thing.
And
just send Justin Scott to my office and just give me 5 minutes.
Bro.
This is what they do over there. This is why they have a problem. And this is why I'm here at Ohio State. They ain't even want me. Alfred like, look, they ain't even want me. And I'm over here turning in the greatest. So that's an easy slam. Notre Dame got to be kicking themselves in the butt. We done let our best recruiter go to the enemy. Now he know all our dirty secrets. Still, because we haven't changed. And now we just keep losing recruits in our backyard to the man that's easy. Ryan Day was like, Alfred, tell me something to go up there for. Tell me something where to eat in Chicago and what to tell Justin Scott. Let me run up here real quick and turn him away from school. Easy. He probably went up there with a notepad. All right, Notre Dame's bad at this. This is what they really do. You don't want to be there. They ain't got no first rounders. They ain't reading off a list. They ain't got no NIL, even though that don't really matter, but they ain't got that either. Just to show you they don't have no effort. They got to get to the message boards and listen and tap into not 24/7 recruiting. They got to tap into the Brian Driscoll show to know who to recruit. That's crazy.
So Left, when you said, man, I don't know what it is. I can't speak to the big picture, but I can speak to Justin Scott. I can speak to that.
We got negative recruiting out there. And
man, look.
Where we going to go? We got to do something different.
And it's weak. I'm going to keep it a buck. It's weak. Every time Notre Dame loses a recruiting battle, everybody wants to grab a hold of NIL. It's weak and it's pathetic. And to always characterize a young man's parents as money grabbers is widely disrespectful. It's widely disrespectful.
But we talk about it, it's our choice.
I guess Jason Moore's parents are NIL whoremongers as well. When he decided to go to Ohio State over Notre Dame last year.
Man, they just had a kid do that to us. They just had a
Second year in a row, a kid is a Notre Dame kid on the defensive line, and Larry Johnson
snatches them at the end. Not during it, at the end.
absolutely,
Not during it. They let us
absolutely,
play and do all that, and then they like, all right, it's getting close.
absolutely,
They be like, all right, about time to sign.
absolutely.
Let's go ahead and just take them real quick. What are they doing? What is Notre Dame's playing around?
It's super weak, Left.
Yeah.
It's weak. Especially when you don't know the background. It's weak. Oh, it's NIL. It's weak. Like I said, Brian Driscoll put it on the message board about something that took place that was so egregious that Freeman and Chad Bowden had to spend time catching up. And he won't say anything about it until National Signing Day because Notre Dame is still recruiting. Period. In closing, you cannot tell a young lady that you like her and then you don't go see her. We really love you. Man, we really like you. We really like you.
And never see him.
Well, man, we love you. We really want, man, we think you could be one of the cogs. Next time you see him, oh man, we still love you. Yeah,
what
but
happened to the?
I haven't heard from you.
What happened to the day?
I haven't heard from you. It's like Left. Have you? We've done this, Left. Come on, man. Growing up, unfortunately, I won't. I'll use myself as an example. I've been in college and high school. Really liked the girl. You know what I'm saying? But really, told her like, man, we should go out. We should kick it. We should get to know each other. And then it's like a month goes by. I don't call her. I don't text her. I see her at a party again. Like, man, what's up? How you been? Man, no. I know I said I was gonna call you, but I've been busy. Da 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 da. But no, for real, we should really get to know. We should kick it. We should get to know each other. Eventually, that girl was gonna be like, no, you don't really like me, dude. You don't really like me, dude. You don't really like me like that. What are we talking about? You keep saying all the right things, but your actions, the math ain't mathing. It's like I told you last Monday, the math was never mathing, man.
Yeah.
You can talk all this. The action? Nah. Nope. Not when I got Miami, sending 5 coaches at a time. Not when I got Michigan, sending multiple coaches. I got Ryan Day, negative recruiting. I got Larry Johnson. I got other cats from Chicago in the freshman class reaching out. I see all the cats that I'm going to be playing with, and I'm looking at Notre Dame like, who am I going to be playing with?
They don't even know.
But it's the kids' fault. It's NIL. Forget it. Forget all of that other stuff. The only reason Notre Dame didn't get them is because of NIL. You're delusional, man. You're delusional, and you're not being honest.
Come on, Notre Dame.
You're not being honest.
Gotta be better than that.
You're not being honest about where things are. You're just not. You're not. You're not. You've had Keon Keeley tell you, I need to be developed.
But we didn't even hire that. That's what's crazy. We didn't even hire, man. We gotta hire that first.
It's like we are so, as a fan base, and I'm with it, Left. I'm with it. Because I'll be honest, I think we had an Ohio State fan come on the show last week, and I told him, like, nah, I don't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I talked to him. Yeah, the visit was great. He mentioned Larry Johnson. Remember, I asked him if he had talked to Carnell while he was up there. Yeah, we talked about it. The visit was great. But he told me his choice was Michigan. He told me that last week. He had informed Notre Dame recruits. This is my choice. That's why Notre Dame fans, why are you mad? Because he told Notre Dame, they y'all not the choice.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Michigan fans should be irate.
That's true.
Michigan recruits, hey, be irate. Notre Dame, what we mad at? We didn't put in the work. Notre Dame didn't put in. They didn't put in the requisite work.
Yeah, if you're not sending the right people over there, you didn't even send the person that was going to call that was going to be with him.
No.
Dang, that's like sending
It's one thing.
academic dude down there.
It's one thing to say, "Yo, we did everything we could." You didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't.
You didn't. And that, moving forward, is a problem. Because as Left said in his opening, if Notre Dame is going to continue to lead with the degree, they're going to continue to fail at getting big time recruits. Big time recruits don't want to hear about the degree up front, man. They know what Notre Dame is. They know. Speak to the need. Listen to them. What do they need? What are they looking for?
Nice.
Speak to that. Deal with that. And let the degree speak for itself.
Yeah, you don't have to speak for a degree. A degree gonna speak volumes, on its own. Plus, you're not going to Notre Dame without that understanding it's an academic first. What do you mean? Like, you think this is just a regular university? No, like, to promote what you got that makes y'all special anyway is, I think, is bad salesmanship in itself. Because what do you mean? Of course you come to In-N-Out. What, I'm gonna be promoting the burger? It's all burgers. What? Don't go out there with a burger mascot acting as if y'all got other items or y'all got something different. It's only a burger. So that's not special. And I think for Notre Dame, they have to wake up and realize, hey, maybe that's not the thing we should do for the football side of Notre Dame. Let's compartmentalize, not make everything just about a degree. And I do think also that there's got to be somebody in that building, because it sounds like it can't just be Marcus Freeman. Maybe it's Pete Provocqua that can help with this. But we have to be able to choose to want to start winning, because these are all choices. You have to choose to tell Al Golden, you don't have to go down there. I'll go down there for you. That's a choice. You have to choose to be like, all right, we need some guys to go down there. Let's take Chad Bowen and Tommy. What? That's not smart. Just because Tommy's from Chicago has nothing to do. Nothing. Especially because the school closed. It ain't like it's far away. Like it's different how we send a Hawaiians to go to the Hawaiians because it's far away. Don't be sending me a dude that is down the street because he down the street from me, like that's gonna make a difference. Give me my defensive coordinator. What are you talking about? Give me my position coach. Let me know that we can get to the next level. You sending dudes that are from my neighborhood. Who cares? It's Notre Dame. I go there all the time. Somebody's got to decide, hey, let's start getting in touch with reality when it comes to recruiting. Yeah, we can hold on to some traditional things, but at this point, the tradition speaks for itself. You walk on campus, touchdown Jesus right there. You don't sit here promoting Jesus all day. It's right there. The recruitment as an optic is fine. We all understand it. It's an easy sale. But the vision behind the ceiling, the potential, it has to be actualized. Give me some examples. Right? Because everybody is seeing this as a great thing, face value. They step through the door, they be like, oh, this is Section 8. What is this? It's in a nice neighborhood, but it's Section 8. I want to see the people that come through and live lavish, elevate. We need to have the same type of results that we do for our coaching staff. Our coaching staff and how dudes are just elevating to catastrophic levels, right? I mean, a coach step in that coaching office at Notre Dame for one season is a head coach the next. That's what we need to do to the football program. Do it for the kids. We know what it looks like. Coaches can't wait licking their chops to be low level at Notre Dame because they know all I got to do is just be a position coach for 2 years. I'll be a DCOC head coach in no time. That's how the kids need to feel. We're stuck on developing all these dudes. We stuck on developing all these dudes that nobody knows about yet. Jason Anyes. Oh yeah, he's good. He's gonna be all right. And then he just pops out of nowhere. That's great, but that's not a selling point to future guys coming in. A selling point is a Ben Morse. That's the selling point because he started early. He was good coming in. He was good when he got there, and he was good when he played. That's a great example. Not good getting there, not trusted the first 5 years. Senior year, he rises from the ashes for some reason. and he plays, and you be like, dang, where you been at this whole time? Oh, he's been developing. We've been developing our trust for him for 4 years, and now he's ready to. That's not a good selling point. Carnell probably literally talked to Lorenzo Styles and was like, hey, bro, what's it like here? What you think he lied? What do you think he lied? Carnell probably saw Styles and was like, bro, why are you not playing? Like, what's going on? And I guarantee you Styles was like, I have no idea. And that was it. And that was it. And that was it. Because guess what? Carnell went to Ohio State and be like, how you like it here? Man, I'm just a couple games away from the league. Easy. I got Chris Olave. I got, Garrett Wilson, Michael Thomas, all these predecessors before me. I know what it looks like. I know how to get there. We even lost Lorenzo Styles to Ohio State. That's what's even crazier. So it's like, what's the trade-off? It's got to be a trade. We lose Justin Scott, Carnell Tate, Lorenzo Styles, and get John Baptiste at the end of his Ohio State career? That's the trade-off? We got to do better than that. Technical technician says Style can't catch a ball. Watch him catch a bunch next year. Watch. Watch him catch a bunch of balls next year. I think we'll still beat them. I think we still beat Ohio State next year. I do believe that. But losing guys like we losing them, it's not good either. Shaun over there, math. He really putting the math together now, huh? Shaun math is mathing.
Man, look. I said what I said last Monday. Nothing's changed. Everybody's in the uproar. Notre Dame fans, people connected to Notre Dame, trying to find any and every excuse. Any and every excuse to blame the kid and keep attention away from the fact that this is a failure by the Notre Dame staff. Anything but that. Make sure no one looks over here. Let's divert their attention to everything else. Let's divert it to NIL, divert it to what's going on in Chicago, let's divert it to all of that other stuff. And it's weak. It's weak. It's flat out weak. It's weak, man. And it's disappointing. Not the fact that he made the decision he made. Like I said, Notre Dame knew about that decision last Sunday, last weekend. The response from the fan base is due. And people come through. Like, no one just wants to flat out say, yo, this is a failure. It's okay to say that. It's okay to say I messed up. It's okay to say I was wrong. It's okay. It's okay. Well, you got people coming up covering Notre Dame talking about, oh my God, it's NIL. This is man, super chats. Brian J. Irish. I know how I would fix the problem, but it wouldn't work at Notre Dame. It wouldn't work. They wouldn't allow me. Super sticker. Thank you, Mac 10. Charlie Weiss, last belt loop, paint-borne disease or lack of recruiting by the DC line coach, safety, and linebacker. So glad we got Shaun S. Civiliano over a 5-star. Good job, Al.
It's real sickening, man. Real sickening. So,
and this is the thing. Nate Marshall, Tyron Turner, wide receiver. Christopher Burgess, defensive end. Stephen Brown, class of 26, wide receiver. Son to NFL and former Miami Hurricane player Andre Brown, who also just wowed everybody on the AAU circuit with the Mac Irvin Fire, the top AAU team in Chicago basketball-wise. Has Big Ten ACC schools coming after him on the hardwood.
Yeah.
6'5", wide receiver, sophomore. And he's better at football than he is basketball.
That's what I like to hear. Football
all of that talent is coming through Chicago. All of that. 24, 25, 6, 7. It's coming. It's coming. But you know who's buzzing right now? It ain't Notre Dame. Not Chicago.
We taking big hits from Chicago, man.
Same two teams. Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan, Ohio State. Michigan, Ohio State.
We closer than both. Closer than both. Could be sending dudes all the time down there. We could just be flooding Chicago because we're so close.
Chicago kids aren't good enough, left. They're not good enough.
Chicago for lunch.
They're not good enough to play at Notre Dame.
Chicago is so close, the staff could go take lunch down there and meet some kids and come back and still have a work day. That's how close it is. Ohio State is 5 hours from Chicago. 5. Ann Arbor is 3.5, 4. And they make it more effort to get down to Chicago? How is that possible? Marcus Freeman could literally take a lunch down there every day and meet a different Chicago kid and still be on the regular schedule for Notre Dame football.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I just want to go eat down there real quick. Chicago, maybe I'll stop by, see a kid at school, come back, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got a jet and a limo, don't even need it. You take an Uber. That's how non-effort it takes to go down and recruit in Chicago. And we got guys flying 4 and 5 hours from different schools.
Mm-hmm.
At the last minute. Not even like, that's what I'm saying. We have enough. We're so close that we can recruit the entire time and just keep sending people. Just go down there. Just go down there. Just go down there. And it for nothing. It don't cost no extra money to do that. Shoot, Al Golden could have been down there at least 6 or 7 times. No sweat on his back. Just because it's right there. He could have take your wife shopping. How about that? Tricky. Be like, hey, you should go take your wife shopping down in Chicago. And while you're down there, go on, say what's up to Justin Scott. It's right there. What do you mean? So that's why it is no excuse. It just makes it really, really bad when there's always a reason why. Or always an apologist. Because this is even for the biggest apologists. It's like, come on, dude. Like you letting them out recruit you at the last second and negative recruit you at that. We have all the opportunity to
wait. No. See, that's there is no Notre Dame was not out recruited at the last second. See, that's what his fan base is delusional. Notre Dame was not out recruited at the last minute. Notre Dame's been out recruited the entire recruitment.
Yeah.
Notre Dame didn't out recruit anybody that came after Justin Scott from an effort standpoint. No one. Marcus and Chad kicked the door down. That's what happened. But total recruiting effort, Notre Dame was last. They were last. But people are going to sit up and, oh, man, Notre Dame did everything they could. The kid just didn't want to visit. All right. Keep believing that. Keep believing that. Here's the last little nugget I'll give you. Not only did I get a chance to talk to Justin Scott, but I got a chance to actually talk to his coach when I went to the basketball game. Left. I asked him about the recruiting to that point. I asked him to characterize Notre Dame at that point. Know what he said? They could be doing a little bit more. This is his coach. This is high school coach.
With no dog in the fight. They could do a little bit more.
Notre Dame has been all over him. Notre Dame did everything. They no. They could, yeah. They could do a little more.
Notre Dame recruits like the networking job fairs at Notre Dame, where companies send out a couple recruiters and tell them how great the company is and hand out some business cards and be like, hey, you know, if you're interested, holla at us. That's how Notre Dame recruit football. It's not the same. They sending people from Target that is their job to just recruit on a national level. Come on, and we got Target here. Tell you how great Target is. Hand you a business card, holla at me. I can get you in. That's how Notre Dame does football. Oh, if we're interested in the kid, just send somebody. Don't matter who. Just it's Notre Dame. Just send somebody out there. Let them know we out there. We interested. Tell them we get them a high-paying job 40 years from now. And if you need us, holla at us. Literally, Kenny Minchie. We weren't even looking for Kenny Minchie. He hollered at us. He's like, okay, yeah, it fits, right? Good player. Kenny Minchie ain't gonna sit there at the end of his 3 or 4 years at Notre Dame and be like, man, Notre Dame, it was home from the beginning. They was recruiting me. I remember, you know how they play the draft story? Man, when Coach Freeman walked in my living room and I had no offers and he believed in me. That's not how it worked. Kenny go sit in that draft room and be like, yeah, shoot, Notre Dame looked like they was hurting. And I called up there and they said they had a spot. How is that even possible for top program? So the recruiting stories are very odd at Notre Dame because they don't have to be. They're odd. It's odd because you're like, why is it no plain recruitment where it's just straight up 5-star? We do all the right steps. They buy in. We sign them up.
Mm-hmm.
Great story. It's always some caveat. Look at our guy Carr. He committed a year early over the guy he's backing up that was supposed to come. Like that's a lot of drama. That's a messy situation. Yeah, we glad we got him. But that's not even a normal recruitment. Gunnar Kiel, we got him the day before guys were moving in. He didn't last, but that's a top recruit at the time. When's the last normal recruitment? The only normal recruitment we get is tight end and O-line and running back. Yeah, those are the only normal recruitments we get. And what do we get when we have normal recruitments from those positions? Hall of Famers, $100 million players, first round, second round picks. Normal recruitment. They go in there, see he's staying at the time, watch some film, commit, get developed, become a great player. Oh, you got to recruit in the class below. He doesn't see what I did with the kid in the class above. So I don't even have to recruit that hard. Just show him some stuff and we good. Now you got a cycle. How hard do you think it is to get Nate Roberts to commit to Notre Dame as a tight end when he just watched Michael Mayer catch the ball 100 times last season and get picked up second round? And then the guy before that, and then the guy before that. and then the guy before that. So when it comes to anything close, when it comes to tight ends, I know we getting that commitment. What you mean? I knew we was getting Nate Roberts. Nate Roberts had like 5 different options. Notre Dame was in the 5. I knew Notre Dame was the only option. What do you mean? That's easy choice. No thought, because you can be like, you got Michael Mayer, Cole Kmet, Brock Wright, Troy Nicholas, Durham Smythe, Ben Koyak. That's easy. Nate Roberts like me. Jack Larson like me. I'm going there. I don't care if I drop stars. What do you mean? I don't care. I'm a 5-star when I committed Notre Dame. Now I'm a 3-star. I'm still committed Notre Dame because I'm a tight end. Slam dunk. It's at the point we don't even care who the coaches are. We didn't have rotating coaches at tight end. We didn't had 1-year guys at tight end, guys that starting their coaching career at tight end at Notre Dame. And the production has been the same. That's what's crazy. That's what's great. The Notre Dame tight end position has been the most revolving position at Notre Dame. Yet we have no problem, not even an inkling of a challenge that we won't get that top tight end recruit because of production alone. O-line. Blake Fisher, huge recruit. Quentin Nelson, huge recruit. Mike McGlinchey, huge recruit. All because of what? They saw Ronnie. They saw Zach Martin. Chris Watt. They saw the guys before Christian Lombard at the time. Hell, Steve Elmer. They saw what Steve Elmer was doing. That's how you build it. When you have normal recruiting around. And when not also normal recruiting, but when you can prove on the field the product. What position coach? Mike Mickens is proven on the field the product. He's proven to a Christian Gray, a Ben Morrison, a Jaden Mickey. He's like, listen, if you just listen to me, you can be a Kyle Hamilton. You can be a first round Julian Love, Cole Luke. Just listen to me. So until our position coaches can get into something like that, we will never, ever, 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 ever have a chance to recruit a high-level, bona fide NFL prospect recruit if our position coach doesn't get involved. I don't think it would ever happen. Let alone from the resume, it will never, ever happen if our position coach doesn't get involved. Doesn't make sense. So I talk about Houston a lot because that's a great example of, even in the midst of all this, can't get 5 stars, don't have NIL, don't this and that, he's taking the guys he likes that he watches on film and he's making it work and making it happen.
I'll give you one more example for the future. Deuce Knight is from Mississippi. You better not lead with that degree. Notre Dame, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is not in the top 2 because Gino Gaduli is talking to Deuce Knight about that degree. Sam Hartman better throw for some yards. And Deuce Knight better see an offense that he can see himself in.
Especially, he need to be seeing Sam Hartman with that he could be better than in that same offense. Oh, I can see some things I can do.
Gino ain't leading with no 4 for 40 to get a kid from Mississippi. What are we talking about?
Don't even try. Don't even try.
And that's not to say and characterize his parents as not giving a darn about education. But his top 2 schools are Tennessee and Notre Dame. Sam Hartman and Joe Milton, partner, are the 2 most important people he'll be watching this fall.
Hell, they got Nico Imavalita too. He might pop up just because of NIL, but he gonna be down there. And already we losing that battle. Dude's night probably like Joe Milton is more of my style, this, that, and the third. Sam Hartman, I just want to see if that offense is where I fit. Because he's not player evaluating himself to Sam Hartman. He's just hoping Sam Hartman can make Gino Gaduli look good. He probably looking at Tennessee like, all right, I'm gonna see if Joe Milton gonna be this Heisman. Then I can see if I'm gonna be a Heisman. But Notre Dame, Gino Gaduli is pushing. Look, we're gonna put up numbers. You're gonna love what we're doing. We got players around you. We're gonna protect you. We're gonna be consistent. We're gonna put up points. He looking at Joe Milton like Heisman. If you can win it in the championship in first round, then I can see myself as that. That's the difference. We just need to get the guy in the door. I think if anybody takes that leap and can get in the door, they can change it all around. It's just like I told you before, it's a bold choice because it's feast or famine when you decide quarterback at Notre Dame. It's feast or famine. There's a reason why all the quarterbacks are scoring. Jimmy Clausen doesn't even, you had to pull him out the woodshed to get a picture with him. But when he went in, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Ron Paul, same thing. Greatest thing since sliced bread going in. And he damn near he never wanted to come back until his son started playing football. It's not an easy decision to make. But if you can get in there and have the actual talent to do it, man, you're going to take over the world. It's feast or famine. All these other places don't have the same value. Oh, I could just go there and then transfer, whatever, no big deal. But if you could, because most people can't even get it. You think Caleb Williams wouldn't have considered it if we actually recruited him? Think about that. Because we got kids from his same school, Devin Butler, and some other kids that we've been in the same school. It's a Catholic school. Great setup. Great feeder program. Catholic school. Notre Dame. And your Heisman player was sitting in there. And you've been to the school recruiting players from there. And you don't even give him a chance? Come on, man. Come on, man. We gotta, man. So yeah, it's a very, you got to think for yourself when you're making this decision because it's like you said, it is way too easy to negative recruit Notre Dame because a lot of it is true. and for these instant gratifying kids today, for these kids that TikTok and want this stuff today, Notre Dame is not the place for you. That is just what it is. Notre Dame is not a sexy pick. Notre Dame is a pick that you're like, I'm a very serious about what I'm trying to do, and I'm gonna try to cash out at the highest level I can cash out. Just imagine if Stetson Bennett did what he did at Georgia at Notre Dame. He would be on the front. He would be at the White House right now, for whatever reason. Just he would just like it would be more important than the president. Father Hesburgh would be like, man, that brother is something. He's gonna have a lot of things going for him. If we did what Georgia did, what Stetson Bennett did at Notre Dame, he'd be, man, what? Especially who it is. It's not for everybody. But at the same time, Notre Dame needs to do a better job, Peter Vacqua and Marcus Freeman, of finding that thing. Working together to eliminate the hidden hand that is working against us all the time. It doesn't make sense. So the degree is cool. That's why everybody else goes there. Why the football players are enticed to go there. Not why they go there. They're enticed to go there. There's a difference. You're enticed by the challenge of academics and where it can lead you. Sure, that's a benefit. But please do not think this is why as a number one recruit in the world for football is trying to come there. I don't want to mislead you, Notre Dame, and think that as a number one football player in the world, I'm coming there to do academics solely and thoroughly as a number one. Because that is delusional. So it's crazy.
There you have it. It is what it is. How do you improve it? At this point, you got to win games in the fall, man.
Oh, yeah, it's the only way. Winning solves everything.
You
But
got to
when
win
we
games in
fall
the
short,
fall.
you know why we fall short. That's the difference. When we fall short in these games that we're supposed to be coming on victorious and coming out on top, we have to trace back to times like this. Hello, we got to talk about times like this, guys.
Kids want to win, man. At the end of the day, kids want to win. That's it. Kids want to win. It's a kid walking to the park with his boys. They're about to play throw it up. He wants to win.
Oh, yeah.
As a kid in the middle of the street playing 5-on-5 touch football, he wants to win. Kids want to win. That doesn't change because of NIL. Doesn't change because of degrees. Doesn't change because of conferences. Doesn't change because of coaches, head coaches, uniforms. Kids grow up playing the game because they want to win. And when Notre Dame can secure that they're consistently going to win and be a contender for national titles, things would change.
Yeah, I mean, until then, I'm telling you, we have to win through divine inspiration, the good steward way. Hit the basilica a couple times before the game to pull off some of these victories, being mismanaged and undermanned in the wrong areas. Because it's the gift and the curse. If we prove this way, tried and true, that we can win through divine inspiration and superior elite coaching that takes the team to allow them to play beyond their means, because that's what they're asking. Let's be honest. Because it's a choice. And when you choose, you choose with intention. So the
Mm-hmm.
intention is we're not purposefully structured to accept these 5 stars. And because of that, the outcome or the result of that, we're gonna do whatever it takes to try to win with that. And by doing that, it's the gift and the curse. Because now we'll never need to get a 5 star and succumb to the ungood stewards of the world. Because through divine prayer and inspiration, and Notre Dame being Notre Dame, it's going to allow that tradition, that 1842 vibe,
Mm-hmm.
the campus essence, the aroma from the grass to rise us over our talent level in big games. Because it's not going to be something fundamental or systematic where we're choosing to get the 5 stars or choosing to get the coaches. It's going to be who we have and who we're able to get. And our coach has to pump them up, overinflate them to win these games. Undermanned. We Notre Dame's a Catholic university. They really believe in David versus Goliath. We want to be David all the damn time. We want to be David. I'm rooting for Goliath. That's what I'm rooting for. We want to be David so bad, but there's a reason why it's a great story is because it only happened once. All the other times Goliath was whooping ass. Y'all want to win one time? David's? No. I don't want to be David. I don't want to be David in recruiting. We need to be the Goliath in recruiting. I'm okay with being a Goliath. You know why? Because I can lose to David every now and then. I can lose to David here and there. Okay, David, you got me with the rock. Dang, David, you got me. You stole one of the 5 stars. One of the 5 stars. But David, other than that 1 5-star you got, man, I'm winning. I'm Goliath. So yeah, let's keep the David and Goliath in parable only. Let's not enact that in the real world in football recruiting. There is no moral victories in football recruiting. Oh, we gave it our good effort. That's not a victory. We fought to the end. No, that's not a good victory. You don't get celebrated more by losing in recruiting because you were in the top 5. Because you was in the conversation. You don't get any more benefit. So yeah, let's be the Goliaths for now. And it's okay. But it with this whole underdog thing that we got going on is preposterous because we got the most money. We got the most resources. We could easily choose to be what Alabama is doing right now without begging. Because they can make that's the funny thing. Nick Saban, as great as he is, has to still beg. Notre Dame don't got to beg. Notre Dame don't have to do anything different other than open that vault up. That's the craziest part. That's like the rich man calling himself broke. It's a choice. It's a choice. Like LeBron James, the most frugal athlete in the world. He still paid for FrostWire. What's it called? What's it called? Napster, or what's it called? Pandora. He's still paying for Pandora Radio. That's us. We don't want to pay Apple Music or Spotify. They don't want to catch the Lucky Lefty podcast. They want to be on FM radio. They still want to listen to commercials. They don't have no aux cord in their car. They lean out the window for recruiting news. They don't turn on to the right station for recruiting. They lean out in the neighborhood window. What's Driscoll hollering about from his place? Oh, he said we need to go get somebody. Okay. They're not tuned in to the right station, dropping recruiting news on what's hot every day. They got to listen to the message boards. How unserious is that? You think Kirby Smart is listening to the message boards? Or is Kirby Smart knowing what's on the message or putting stuff on the message board himself because he's doing it? We catch and win from recruits. I can't believe that. We caught wind from Kenny Minchie. We didn't go get Kenny Minchie. We caught wind. So, I don't know. Crazy. That's how far back we going. LimeWire, FrostWire, Napster.
It's not Notre Dame, it's the kids, everybody. It's these new age 2024, 25 kids. It's not Notre Dame. Notre Dame's doing everything right in recruiting. It's the kids.
Petticoat, petticoat, petticoat junction.
It's time to get petty
Oh, we did a good job executing.
Are you upset with something?
and fire up the Petticoat Junction train.
I just don't like you.
You don't?
No.
What is today's petty historic? Petty Junction.
Petty Junction, Petty Story today brought to you by Onora Whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com, that premium American whiskey, OnoraWhiskey.com. Left, let me apologize. NASCAR was in Chicago, and on Saturday night, Chicago racers snuck onto the track and raced the track. I don't know if you know this, but Lower Wacker Drive is huge for racing in Chicago after dark. It's like its own little, Toretto clan from the movies in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Little Tokyo Drift style.
Yeah, man. They actually snuck onto the NASCAR track, and only in Chicago can, man.
Just like the strippers in the United Center. Only Chicago. Turn the United Center to a strip club. Y'all keep outdoing yourselves out there, man. Chicago's own, what is it? Indy 500. Y'all was out there acting like crazy.
Left. We'll see you tomorrow, man. That's enough.